Hey YouTube! So, Fuzz Fursday's back. Sorry I didn't do one last week. I kind of ran out of time. I can't really remember what happened now. I had a good excuse at the time. But it's gone. So I've moved that stuff from there to there so that when I'm down here, it makes more sense. That was just an idea anyway. Yeah, so this week we're on a very expensive one again, borrowed off my pal Iain. This is pretty much definitely the most expensive fuzz pedal I've done so far. This is a Pigtronix disnortion. 10 out of 10 for the name. It's a mini pedal. I've actually got you can see I've actually got the manual up in the corner there. I don't know if I need to go back around there if I want to move about the manual. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the knobs on it are. I don't know if you can read it. I've kind of tried to wedge this up on records. Bonus point for guessing, for knowing which record this is. It's actually one of the first cassettes I ever bought. Once I was old enough to drink and like rock music. Yeah, so we've got gain, volume, drive tone, and fuzz shape, which is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position rotary switch, and it's got a series parallel button as well. I don't know if that's just high enough res for you to read. The series parallel switch determines the signal routing or routing. Other way around. I always think of routing there, but routing when you route out the neck pocket in a guitar. But I think they should really just be the same. But for me, routing and route, right, there you go. And it's like, what route are you taking to get to work? And it's like, I'm not American, it's route. But I do route out a pickup with a router, not a router. Don't know. You can whatever way around it is. That's what I'm saying. Determine the signal, routing the fuzz and overdrive circuits with the switch down in the down position. The fuzz and drive are wired in parallel. We know that from our pickups. So it's like, here's your two things, and it's coming out. The signal's coming in, splitting into two, going through both of them, then coming out. Provides a blend of fuzz and overdrive with exceptional headroom and low noise floor. Yeah, I'm quite high up off the floor though, so I've got it kind of, it's up above my waist, so I'm not going to get a low noise floor there. God, sorry. When the switch is up, the output drive is cascaded in series to the fuzz and output through a 6-way. Right, okay, so the 6-way fuzz filter switch, being this one, sounds like it only does something. Well, we'll find out, won't we? Whether it does something. So significant amounts of gain as well as more extreme filter effects. I'm going to also notice that this one, I normally run this off a wee 9-volt battery with a connector on it. This one actually is an 18-volt pedal, but it's got a transformer inside it, so you can run it off a normal Boss 9-volt thing, but inside it goes up to 18-volt for headroom. I don't really have that much headroom. I need to get rid of this lamp with my new. It's hideous, really, and you can see it now because this camera's got a wider range. Where's it? So if I slide it over to, I mean, the manual is not a huge thing. That's why I decided to put it here. Oh, there we go. So that's kind of the whole manual. Is really 2 pages. Well, it's 2 boxes and then a bit that says "Welcome to Pigtronix." Gain. This control sets the amount of breakup in both fuzz and overdrive circuits simultaneously. When series set to series, turning the gain fully clockwise without self-oscillation. I'll have to try that, really, won't I? I'll come back to that. Drive tone. Cut-off frequency of the low-pass filter. Then the 6-way rotary switch selects any of the 6 distinct filters. I see mid-scoop's called muff. That maybe make it sound like a big muff, and low pass being bass. Low pass Carlos. Would that be Walter Carlos, Wendy Carlos, or Carlos Santana? We don't know. Mid bump 808, so that's a tube screamery thing, because the tube screamer's kind of MIDI, isn't it? Not MIDI as in MIDI, MIDI as in however you spell mid frequency. Yeah, so I'll put it to 1 so there's no filter. And I'll turn it on and see what happens. So here's the backing. I'm using my Ibanez 81 Blazer. It's coming through the Laney VC15, a 3x12 cabinet. I'm going to I've turned on the bass amp because I'm going to run the Moore drummer pedal through it for a bit of a demonstration once it gets going. So just go for middle pickup, and I'll just turn it on, see what it sounds like. I suppose we'll go for the series parallel switch, so that's it down, which was parallel mode, wasn't it? That's the big muff one, I think. I'll use the tone really. So some fidgeting needed immediately on this one. That's the muff one. No, it's not, it's a low pass filter. I should know that because I keep fitting high pass filters to buckfast casters and stuff like that. The high pass filter takes away the bass, whereas a low pass filter is what's basically your tone control, so it takes away the treble. So that's takes away the treble basically. Good. Stick the gain up at full, see what happens. That's it says AM radio. Yeah. That was one of the first riffs I could ever play and I can't remember it. Now we're on to the low pass Carlos. And then mid bump 808. Quite subtle differences. Not really noticeable with what I'm doing, I don't think. And then the first one, which is no filter. So not a particularly extreme fuzz pedal at present, but I think that's because I've got this button piston. Now you can already hear the noise coming through. A lot of that might be to do with the power supply I'm using. It's not like an isolated, expensive power supply. It's a cheapy, crappy one I got free with. Well, it came with my Boss multi-effects unit, but it's making it work. So this might already, before I've even touched anything, sounds an awful lot more extreme, doesn't it? No, not much. AM radio one. So I'm going to set it for something. I'll stick in a wee backing track of some sort, solo over the top of it. See what we've got then. I want to get away, isn't it? Bridge. Back up to the cascading for super fill. Fuzz! One, two, three. So we're on Carlos. Yeah. The AM radio one, which not so keen on that one. That's the low pass, takes away all the treble. I like it with no filter, to be honest, probably best. started playing Freebird, I can't stop. Not the right key, but it's clearly I Want to Get Away the winner, and Freebird at the same time. Still my favourite start just off. So, as the most expensive, I'm not one. I always say this in all these videos when we've got too many things to fidget with. I know I do make guitars that do 105 sounds, but I can deal with that. When they've got too many things, this is kind of a little bit like that for me. I suppose maybe you buy this and then you find the fuzz pedal you want, as in which filter it is in your setting, and that's you kind of done. There's a bit more of that, whereas I do actually have half a dozen fuzz pedals sitting on the floor. All are slightly different, probably all kind of covered by this. So you could do it all with one wee tiny pedal, or you could, for probably, well, how many did I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've got 5 down there, so they are they're all more than 20 quid each, and I think this is about 100 and something, so, 6 pedals, where this has got 6 things on it, so, and if real estate on your pedal board is a thing, then a wee one like this might be exactly what you want. I'm going to end up buying a big muff though. I know I'm like a proper original one that's too big to use, just the normal one, just to see what all the fuss is about. I've done a couple, I've borrowed a few, and it's like there's so many different variations on it. I kind of just want just the one, or maybe the mini one would be so much more practical, but the actual one that's this size, just Aye, so happy Fuzz Fursday. I'll like and subscribe since I've no longer got it up in the corner there, because I put the entirety of the manual, which consisted of 2 pages, most of which were the front and back page. So you just had like that. So for a fidgeter, someone who likes to twiddle with knobs and stuff like that, I don't know. I don't really understand this one, to be honest. I don't think I'm really pretty limited with what I can play and how much into pedals I am. Really, I can handle, like, see the normal fuzz pedals that have just got like a gain, a tone, and a fuzz. I can deal with that. Or not a gain, a tone, and a volume. You know, I can deal with that because the volume just is how loud you want it. That's fine. The fuzz is how fuzzy you want it, and then you've got the tone, which you just set to whatever. It doesn't sound bad with whatever guitar you're using. Once it's got more options on it, it becomes a bit overwhelming. Especially, I mean, even this is me, you know, specifically. It's taken me 25 minutes just to cycle through it roughly, and I've only used one guitar. I've not been using different pickup. You know, there's infinite variables. You end up going a bit mental, or a bit mad Malco, like I have. But I do. Definitely, I think I have decided that I do like fuzz. I could play with probably pretty much any of those sounds as my one sound in the band would be totally fine. What did it say? I forgot something. This put cut off frequency to the lowest part of the output, right? And there was something about turning the gain control fully clockwise will result in self-oscillation. Turn this knob clockwise for intense distortion. When the series is set to series mode, up. Oh, the gain is already at full. Really just showing that I really don't understand what self-oscillation is. I know you get it, I can understand what it is in a synthesizer, same with the filters, so it's maybe not exactly the same thing, but is that just kind of like a feedback loop? Obviously that's incredibly noisy. What I have to say about this pedal as well is it doesn't seem to saturate the same way as some of the cheaper ones do. You can still kind of hear the guitar through it, whereas a few of the other ones I've got, like the Super Fuzz and stuff like that, it's just blah, and it doesn't seem to make any difference which pickup you choose, or even which guitar, whether you're using like a Strat or a humbuckery thing. It doesn't really make much difference. Whereas on this one, I think it's an awful lot more. Is the word transparent? I try to use all these words. The other one was headroom. Maybe it's something to do with headroom as well. I'm not one for all the in words. Anyway, rock on, and I hope this one goes up in 360p. It goes up in 1080. The last one, the video I did last night, for some reason, it was only up in 360, and then I went back on later on at night. It must take. There was something wrong with the processing stage somewhere, because normally when I put up a video, you put it up, it says video uploaded, and then it says processing, and then it says processing done, then it says processing HD version, and then once that's done, so I think for some reason the processing HD version part of the process just took all night for some reason. Don't know. Rock on! See you next Fuzz Thursday. I'll do it. Hold on, bring the. Oh, come on. Where's the. I need to find the cursor to turn it off. There it is. I can bring it back onto this screen, back down there, and then go to stop recording. Rocking. Might do another video just now. Catch you later.